Hi everybody, this is a look at my camera display shelves which I've got in my little boy's room. So I'm just going to run through what I've got on the shelves. A few I've already done reviews on, but I'm sure there's some more to come. So we'll start at the top shelf. And first I've got a MD4 motor drive for the F3. Behind that I've got a little focusing aid for autofocus lenses on digital cameras. This is my F3P, which is currently fitted with a 50mm 1.2 AIS lens. Next to that I've got a Nikon Fa and Fe, which are both boxed, and the Fa currently has a 35mm f2 AFD lens. Obviously it doesn't autofocus, but because it's a D lens it'll meter okay because it's got a aperture ring. The Nikon Fe, that's fitted with a 50mm f1.8 lens. Next to those I've got an Olympus OM2N, and that's fitted with an Olympus 1.8 50mm lens. Very good condition for a black one, no brassing or anything at all. And for use with that is a Olympus T32 flash. Next to that I've got one of the rangefinder cameras I've got, which is a Yashica GTN. Very nice camera. I've yet to run a film through this one, but I'm sure I will one day. It all works okay, and again in very good condition. And next to that, my little beast in the corner with its Camera Grand Prix 89 badge, which it ain't, and that's my Nikon F4, which is bloody heavy, and that's fitted with a 50mm 1.4 lens, autofocus of course, the MB20 grip, the small one, which I prefer. Works okay, but it's got a LCD bleed, but I've run a film through that one. Coming down, I've got a couple of digital cameras here. This is my Sony Rx100, great little digital camera. And what I tend to do is, if I take a film camera out with me, I take this as well. So I use this for the snapshots and use the film cameras for the photography shots. Behind that is a Fuji. I'm not sure what year this came out actually. It's very early digital camera. I forgot what megapixel it is now, 2 or 3 megapixel. But I love the design of it, designed by Porsche. I've actually got 2 of these. There's one on the other side of the shelf, and between them I made one working one, which is this one. This one works all fully. I even found a battery and charger for it. That's a fully working one, which I'm sure aren't very common. I say luckily, because I bought 2 which were non-working originally. Got it quite cheap. Next to that, which I just put on the display for show, is a Kodak folding brownie camera. Obviously very old. Next to that is my Nikon F2. That's fitted with a 50mm f1.4 lens. It's got a DP1 finder on it at the moment, and that's the one which came with the body, the original one, but I do have a DP11 as well, which is for AI lenses. This is a flash for use with the F2 or even the F. It's a SB7E, which aren't very common. It's got the correct mount for the rewind crank on the f2. Next to that I've got a cased Nikon F, which unfortunately at the moment the body, it doesn't work, the shutter doesn't fire, and Silver Wong, my friend, has one in a similar position, and he says one day he's going to work out how to fix it and he'll be able to fix this one for me as well. That's fitted with a pre-AI 50mm f2 lens and a FTN finder, which actually came with the other body, which is this one. I've actually put the eye level finder from the non-working one on this one because I like the look of that. But this body and the finder on that one are fully working and serviced, and they are both Apollo version Fs, which are around 1972ish. This one's fitted with a 50mm 1.4 SC lens. On top of the case here I've got a couple of more finders, a waist level finder for the F with its case, and that's the first photomic finder for the F, which is a flag 1, which I don't believe actually works. I don't think the meter works, so I'll have to get that one fixed. Moving along, we've got my latest edition, which is a Nikon S2. Can't believe I said contacts. I've just fitted a Stitz meter on top of that, because no meters for this camera, and the black tape is just to stop it reading all the time, which obviously saves the selenium cells a bit better. Love this camera. So I think this is the next one I'm going to run a film through. Seems to be fully working. It's very good condition except for the base plate, which has quite a lot of tripod marks on it, you can see. But it's still a nice camera to have on display, and that's fitted with a 50mm 1.4 lens. Behind that, I've not got many lenses on display actually. I've got quite a few. This is a 35-70 constant 3.5 aperture lens, AI lens. Very good quality. It was a professional lens, and obviously that works with most of my Nikon cameras. Next to that I've got another, this was the first rangefinder camera I brought, which I got from Camera Fair. I think I only paid about £10 for it, £15. It's very good condition. The light seals are gone. I've not run a film through it. Seems to work okay. Will I ever use it? Probably not, but I say it was the first one that got me into rangefinder cameras. On the end here is the other 4800Z Fujifilm camera, which that one doesn't work, just for show. Moving down here is my grandson's future camera. It's a Nikon FM. I do let him play with this when he comes, but he's only 2 at the moment. But as he grows up, we'll give him this camera and hopefully he'll be interested in it. That's fitted with a 28mm 3.5 lens. My next roll of film I've got to use because it's actually out of date last year, so I've got to use that one next. Next up I've got a Minolta XM, which you don't see many around. Again, fully working. I've yet to run a film through this one. I've got the accessory shoe with it that fits over the rewind crank for using a flash. Lovely camera. As I say, I'm probably do a review on this soon. Came out in early 1970s. Competing with the F2, Nikon F2. But it's a lot more advanced. It's electronic. There's aperture priority. Next to that, I've got a little thing here I got from Japan. It was a keyring, but unfortunately it's broke now. It's actually it's supposed to be a little replica of my DF. Here's a Contax 139M, I can't remember now. 139 quarts, sorry. and that's fitted with a, I'll take the lens cap off, I'll show you this one, because this is a lens I was very interested in the 80s when I was starting into photography a lot. This lens got the best results for tests in the magazines. It's a Carl Zeiss Planner 1.750mm T lens, so it's got the best ever results at the time from any lens. So I wanted the lens basically, and I need to get a camera for it to fit on, but fortunately has yet to run a film through it. So it's a nice sharp lens. Next to that I've got my Leica R6.2, which is the last fully mechanical SLR from Leica. That's fitted with a 50mm Summicron f2 lens. I've run a film through that, not had it processed yet. I've also got the Vario Elmer, whatever you call it, 28-70. It's got Leica on it, but it's actually made by Minolta, I believe, for them in Japan. I've also got a motor drive for that, Motor Winder R, and also a flash unit, which is a Mechablitz 44MZ2, which is German. That's just an empty case and the lens hood for the 50mm 1.4 AIS Nikon lens. Next to that I've got the FM3A, the black one, which is one of my favourite cameras. And that's fitted with a 28-50mm constant 3.5 zoom lens, manual focus of course. I will say as well, a lot of these cameras are actually usually in cases. I've took them all off for this video, and this one actually fits in a standard case, a CF, let me get it right, 28 case actually, which is slightly bigger than the CF27 one. But this fits in with the case with this lens on, and it's such a good range, 28-50, and it's a nice sharp lens. I've had a film off this one. And then right on the end, a camera I've not used, it seems to work okay. I've not run a film through it. It's the Kiev Russian camera. This is another rangefinder camera, and it's similar looking to the Nikon S2. This one's actually got a meter. They do have a meter on top of this one. Little light meter, slender meter, but it doesn't seem to be very accurate. So there you go, that's a look at my display shelves which I've had up recently, and put a message on this video for what you want to see a review of next. Thanks for looking, and I hope to catch you soon.